about Infosys insider trading incident just happened few days ago, and this incident is very important because Infosys is one of the cleanest company in India, and when something like this can happen with a company like Infosys, think about it, this can happen with many other such names, especially smaller names. So you have to be very careful when you choose your company or your new investment. Please make sure that you choose the cleanest company, and these things are happening with Infosys. Even in the past it has happened few times, and this does not speak and go very well with the Infosys brand. The brand gets hit, and there are, I think, people start talking about whether they are following the right practices or not. So I was waiting for more clarity to emerge in this event and how this whole saga unfolded. I'm telling you, this is a complex plot which has family, which has friends, which has proxy companies. So it has every masala a Bollywood scam series had, and that was based on again the stock market events. So the closest, I would say, example we can find, or relatable incident we can find, was in that, but again the magnitude is not same. However, it is also about the governance. That was about the loophole in the system, but it is more about the governance. So let us see how this whole event took place at Infosys. Okay, so the story begins with two of the Infosys employees, very senior Infosys employees. One is Mr. Venkata Subramaniam, and who is a senior principal of the account group at Infosys. What that means is he is in the possession of sensitive information at Infosys, price related sensitive information at Infosys. And then there is another guy called Pranshu Butra, and this Pranshu Butra is the senior counsel. And if we believe SEBI, it is believed that Venkata shared these price sensitive information with Pranshu. Not proven yet, but they are expecting this might happen. Okay, and then the story takes a different turn. A new entity comes into picture called Maharshi Alloy Private Limited, which is into the steel industry. And this Pranshu Butra, who is a senior counsel at Infosys, has his father working, Ram Vilas Butra, working as the director of Maharshi Alloy Private Limited. Okay, and then there is another partner called Amit Butra, who is another director of Maharshi Alloy Private Limited. If we move forward, we look at the same Amit Butra is the working partner at two of the trading companies in the stock market. One is Capital One and the other one is Tesora. So Amit Butra is the working partner at both of them. Not only that, he also has another working partner at both of these trading companies, which is Capital One and Tesora, and the working partner name is Bharat Jain. And as if the story is not cluttered yet for you, Bharat Jain has a brother called Manish Jain, who is again a director at Maharshi Alloy Private Limited, which is a steel company. Okay, and the story does not end there. Why? Because this guy Amit Butra has Amit Butra's mother Shyama Devi Butra is another entity which comes into picture as the story unfolds. And the Shyama Devi Butra actually did the trading through Capital One and Tesora, those two trading companies, with the help of Bharat Jain and Manish Jain. So now it is about how the money flown. If you look at Pranshu Butra, whose father Ramvilas Bhutra works at Maharshi Alloy Private Limited, Pranshu Bhutra transfers about 1.1 crore rupees before July 2020. That means before Q1 2020 FY 2021 results. About 1.1 crore rupees in 4 installments to Maharshi Alloy Private Limited, which then transfers the money to Shyama Devi Bhutra. As I said, it's a proxy of the company, how the money trail takes place. So Pranshu Bhutra sends the money to Maharshi Alloy Private Limited. Maharshi Alloy Private Limited shares that money, transfers that money to Shyama Devi Bhutra, who through Capital One and Tesora. Shyama Devi Bhutra is the mother of Amit Bhutra, and Shyama Devi Bhutra, with the help of Capital One and Tesora, invests that money into the stock market, and that money was invested in the Infosys share just before the result event. Just before the result event, and it has not happened only once, but it has happened many a times in the past. And as you can see, what is unknown as of at the moment is Pranshu Bhutra and Ramvilas Bhutra are father and son, but we don't know Amit Bhutra. What is the relation Amit Bhutra has with Ramvilas Bhutra? We also not sure Ramvilas Bhutra and Shyama Devi Bhutra has any relation. The second name suggests they belong to the same family, but how does this happen? We don't know, because Pranshu Bhutra, instead of transferring the money directly to Shyama Devi Bhutra, took that proxy route and transferred through the shell company called Maharshi Alloy Private Limited, where Ramvilas Bhutra is already the director. So this completes the whole story. And not all, and Manish Jain and Bharat Jain, as I already have said, they are again brothers. So this is family, friends. So Venkata and Pranshu seems to be having that friendship angle. Brothers, Manish Jain, Bharat Jain, then one close family, this Bhutra family. It has everything which one can expect from any series or Netflix series these days. So this is how it has happened. This raises serious questions on the governance practices at Infosys. We are hoping to hear more from Infosys, as Infosys has already started investigation or internal investigation on these events. So we are yet to hear from them. In the meantime, SEBI has barred all these people who are involved in this whole transaction. So how SEBI unfolded this? So they have email exchanges between these people, they have telephonic conversations happening, they also have money trail which is from source to destination. So this is happening. One dot which is missing right now is Venkata Subramaniam and Pranshu Bhutra. Do they share some more information? Do they share let's say more than just being Infosys employee who by mistake maybe shared some information to Pranshu Bhutra? We don't know yet. So if we have more clarity coming out of this investigation and SEBI's investigation, probably we should talk about them more. Tell me, how do you find this saga? Is there some learning for all of us when we are choosing our investments? Please do write me, and I should come back with similar topic very soon. So stay connected, take care, and have a great day.